at you from Maniktola Bustani in Houston, occupied land of the Karankawa people. Welcome to Beastcast No. 9. Tonight we're going to talk about the city of Houston's shit response to the coronavirus, from their lack of care for the homeless population of Houston to a probable increase in evictions. A lot of Houston's homeless shelters and services have shut down due to the coronavirus. So right now, homeless folks in Houston have less access to laundry services and showers and food. We've been tweeting, emailing, calling County Commissioner Adrian Garcia's office and the mayor of Houston, Sylvester Turner. We finally got an answer. You can see it posted in full on our website, bellyofthebeastmedia.org. So, they're asking homeless people to access testing if they think they have coronavirus by going to a website, readyharris.org, or by calling a hotline number. First of all, that's a fucking dumb idea because it's not always easy for a houseless person to use the internet or make a phone call. But also there is no plan on how the city is even distributing this information to homeless folks. The city is working, quote, diligently to set up quarantine and respite rooms, end quote, according to the email they sent us. But they are not working diligently. This email is from the 27th of March, and today is April 7th. Not one of these programs have been implemented yet, and not one single hand-washing station has been put up by the city. To make matters worse, the city of Houston and Mayor Sylvester Turner and the Houston Police Department are not allowing Food Not Bombs to switch their food-sharing location to Houston City Hall. The City Hall location is much safer for everyone because the large space allows people to keep their distance from each other. At the Houston Public Library Plaza, the usual location, everyone is cramped together. It does not safely accommodate. It does not allow for protective space for the almost 200 people, including volunteers, that show up for Food Not Bombs. Even though Food Not Bombs is a group exempt from the shelter-in-place order, they still constantly have a heavy police presence at their food sharings. So, to sum it up, the city of Houston and Mayor Turner have done nothing to help the homeless and houseless population of Houston. Their response has been racist and classist. One of the best ways you can help is by actually going to Food Not Bombs or by dropping off food. Right now, they are still serving at the Houston Library Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays at 7 p.m. at the corner of McKinney and Smith. The Texas Supreme Court has halted evictions, but landlords are not required to tell their tenants.
Such crap. Is it really any surprise, though, that landlords are not informing renters about this eviction pause? And furthermore, is it any surprise, though, that the state has said that landlords are not required to tell renters about this? I'm a house owner, and I know, as someone who has a mortgage, that it takes way longer to get pushed out of your house than it does to get evicted from renting. Landlords can put mortgage deferments, can defer their mortgage if they need to. If you are in Houston, there is a group that can help you navigate through this process. It's called Houston Tenants Union. They helped some people in Greenspoint. They actually just published a video about it, and they have a whole article about it. If you are in Galveston or in any other city, I hate to inform you that there is not any union that I'm aware of. You can look up Texas Housers, and you can reach out to Houston Tenants Union to seek advice on how to organize in your community. The point right now that's so important is organizing. There are rent strikes happening across the United States, but all of it's being done because people are reaching out to each other in their communities, in their neighborhoods, and organizing. If you do not know how to do that and you live in this area, you need to reach out to Houston Tenants Union. Don't waste time and get organized with your neighbors. Please see our COVID organizing guide and details for how to get started. They also have this organizing guide in Spanish on their website at houstontenantsunion.org.
We know we cannot depend on the mercy of landlords, because after Hurricane Harvey hit Houston, causing disaster and death throughout the city of Houston saw an increase of evictions. As I'm sure you've already heard, violence against Asians is again on the rise, since the stupid-ass president and his racist administration insists on calling coronavirus the Chinese virus. There have been 0 school shootings since the outbreak of the coronavirus, but there was an attempted bombing recently by a Nazi.
FBI foils neo-Nazi plot to blow up Missouri hospital. This was published on March 27th by Homeland Security Newswire. FBI agents on Tuesday shot and killed a white supremacist in Belton, Missouri, while trying to arrest him for plotting to use a car bomb to blow up a local hospital overflowing with patients. Timothy Wilson, 36, was initially considering blowing up a mosque or a synagogue, but with the onset of the epidemic, he reasoned that blowing up a hospital will allow him to kill more people. He began to focus on hospitals as targets because the coronavirus pandemic filled with hospitals, thus offering him better target for killing more people. With the current health crisis, Wilson decided to accelerate his plan to use a vehicle-borne improvised explosive device in an attempt to cause severe harm and mass casualties, the FBI said. The hospital that he had planned to bomb was providing critical medical care in today's environment. The shooting began when Wilson, who lived with his grandmother, tried to collect what he believed was a crucial part for the bomb in his home of city of Belton near Kansas. Instead, FBI agents were there to arrest him. According to the informant, Wilson was linked to 2 neo-Nazi groups, one of which holds an annual rally to celebrate the birth of Hitler. In a neo-Nazi group chat, Wilson promoted far-right conspiracy theories about the coronavirus. He wrote that the virus was being used by the government as an excuse to destroy our people. Mark my words, it's coming. I hope people are ready. He also claimed that this whole thing was engineered by Jews as a power grab. Jews have been playing a long game, and we're the only ones standing in their way. So that was a full report from Homeland Security Newswire about how the FBI stopped a neo-Nazi's plot to blow up Missouri hospital. So why have we not heard about this? Why have we not heard? Okay, so there are 2 things that the U.S. freaks out about. 1, terrorism. 2, coronavirus. Those are like right? Well, so the reason why we're not freaking out about it is because this terrorist is white. Terrorism is only valid depending on the color of your skin. The darker you are, the more of a terrorist you are. But if you're white and you're planning to bomb a hospital full of patients recovering or being treated or dying from the coronavirus, you're not considered like actually a terrorist, and the news media does not give 2 shits about you. Our country is built on white supremacy. Capitalism that we live in is built on white supremacy. If it was not built on white supremacy, back when we did the Constitution, way back when, we would have freed the slaves, given women at all intersections to vote. You have to realize that we live in a fascist country. When you look at our media and everything that happens within the context of the United States being fascist, things will start making more sense.
Finally, some good news. Cooperation Jackson, a radical cooperative network in Jackson, Mississippi, is calling for a general strike on May 1st. No work, no shopping. From their website, General strike, no work, no shopping. Friday, May 1st. People over profit. Tell the government and Wall Street that their priority must be to save lives, not profits. Returning to work under this pandemic is a threat to our collective health and safety. We need systems change, not just relief and reform. The capitalist system can't resolve this crisis. Our demands: protect all frontline workers in the hospitals, the supply chains, and the farms and fields to ensure that they have all of the equipment and disinfectant materials that they need to keep themselves and the general public healthy. Protect Asians and other vulnerable communities, including the homeless, migrants, and refugees, from discrimination and attack in this time of crisis. Democratize the means of production. Convert the corporations and workplaces into cooperatives to produce what we need and distribute equitably according to need. Institute universal health care now. Institute universal basic services now. Education, childcare, elderly care, water, electricity, internet, etc., based on economic, social, and cultural rights guidelines. Institute universal basic income now. Democratize the finance, credit, and insurance industries. Bail out the people, not the corporations, and not Wall Street. Decarbonize the economy. Institute a Green New Deal based on a just transition. End the fossil fuel and extractive industries now. Housing is a human right. Decommodify housing now. Open all available housing stock to those who need it now. Ensure there is clean drinking water for all communities. Decommodify water now. Cancel our debts. Institute a debt jubilee now. Close the jails, close the prisons, release the prisoners. Close the detention centers, reunite the families, stop the raids and deportations. Close all of the overseas military bases, cut the military defense and spy surveillance budgets, and redirect these funds to healthcare, social services, universal basic income, and greening public infrastructure and the economy. We are calling upon all who agree with this call to join us in calling for militant action to shut the system down. For more information, go to cooperationjackson.org. That's it for our Beastcast this week. We're going to be starting a music show featuring non-binary people and femmes. Oh yeah, and they're not white. So if you have music you want to submit, send it to bellyofthebeast@protonmail.com. And you can send us questions, comments, concerns there too. Tonight's show had contributions by our newest collective member.
My name is Sam Oser. You can follow me at Sam the Mullet.
Music on tonight's show was by Raiko Res, punk band from Nepal. And a special thanks to Carnalismo Brown Beret, Lita Robles, for her help in researching for tonight's show. As usual, this show was produced by a very handsome Desi Wan. That would be me. This is V, signing off and reminding everyone out there, don't hate the media, be the media. Peace.